Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Justin Young. He's Michael Costeines. And this is the Florida Focus on HoopSeen.com. Before we get into a lot of talk in the great Sunshine State. Michael, Happy New Year to you, man.
Happy New Year to you.
I love it. It's the time of year where we're in the gym nonstop. When everybody else is out shoveling snow in the Northeast or the Midwest, we're in nice air-conditioned, sometimes frigid cold gyms. And I know down in Florida, it's never cold. It's always great. And there's always great basketball going on. And so we want to bring you on the show today, and we'll talk about some basketball that you've seen there in South Florida. And this year you're at the Sun. This is a tongue twister. I always make sure I don't get it wrong. The Sunshine State Winter Challenge that was down there in Lauderdale Lakes. You had a chance to spend some time there, a couple days there to see some of the action. We want to run through some of that with you here on the Florida Focus Show. And let's just jump right into it. When you look back on your coverage from that, who really stood out the most to you from that action?
Well, thank you, Justin. First off, I'll start off with Christian and Christopher Maxon, the Maxon twins. They also go by the Sniper Twins, that's their nickname.
Love it. I'm already in.
Go into that in just a minute. So they're two sophomore kids, about 6'1". They play for Fort Pierce Central. Their father is the head basketball coach, so they came down here from Fort Pierce, so it's about an hour, going down 95 to Fort Lauderdale. So they played 3 games in 3 days. They won all 3 of them. Like I talked about the Maxon twins, they each had Christian had 4 3-pointers and Christopher had 3, so they combined for 25 points in the game I saw. So it's 7 3-pointers total. 2 really quick kids, quick twitch off the dribble. They create space from the perimeter. I mean, they get that extra, foot of space on their outside shot. Really just unlimited range on their 3-pointers. I mean, they were hitting from everywhere in the game I was watching. And Christian's a good rebounder too, and they're both good passers. But they just couldn't. I mean, even against Elite Academy where they played, who had a lot of length and quickness and athleticism, they just created that extra space. And they're just a little twitch, a little shake and bake off the dribble was really impressive. And like I said, it was like rainbow threes all night. And so they were extremely impressive kids. 2 sophomores on our team. They got it's pretty much a sophomore laden group they have. So they're young. Maybe they came down here a little bit, I don't want to say disrespected, just kind of underrated, underappreciated.
Sure, nobody knew much about them, yeah.
Exactly. So they're playing those Fort Lauderdale, Miami teams, and sometimes the teams from in the Treasure Coast, Palm Beach, they may get overlooked when they come down here, but they held their own, like I said, and they won 3 games in 3 days. It's hard to do, so they stayed like at a B&B. So they had travel down here and everything like that, and they played really well against some pretty good teams that will make them better in the long run.
I love it. The Sniper Twins, easily the best nickname there is.
It's well earned for sure. It's definitely well earned for them, absolutely.
There's something interesting about South Florida, particularly that Lauderdale area, where twins, man. It's just every year it seems like there's a new set of twins down there that are doing work. It is. I don't know of any other place in the country, I honestly swear to God, that has more twins playing basketball that are really, really good. Be great.
You're absolutely right. The Bewley twins, the Thompson twins. I mean, there's just
Boozers.
The Boozers too. So it's just crazy. It's amazing.
Do you have a twin? Do you have a twin?
Maybe that I don't know about. Just maybe.
My youngest brothers are twins, so there's a theme there. They don't have quite the nickname like the Sniper Twins, although they should. That's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and they got that twin telepathy brother thing going on the court, so they know where they are. They create space. They find themselves, so they may have some they've probably been playing with each other in the backyard since they're younger, so they know they're going to be.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, is one more of a creator and the other one kind of knows, or are their games like so identical where it's just a matter however the offense goes? Is one more of a dribbler passer, or like how does their dynamic work together?
So they're both basically point guard, shooting guards. They kind of just differ between different sets, and they're, like I said, really good off the dribble and they create space. And Christian was really good when I saw him as a rebounder. He probably had 5 or 6 rebounds, just going towards the rim, and he was passing too. So their both games are pretty similar. And Christopher had a really good first half, and then Christian kind of picked up in the second half. So if they're both on, watch out. They're going to be trouble against. I think they're 11-3 right now. They played one of the losses against Martin County. Is a really good team down here. Elijah Duvall. So they play teams around. I think they'll go to City Palms. They go around Florida. So you definitely want to watch out for Fort Pierce. They're probably right around the top 25 for in a top 25 poll for teams in the state.
If you're not a subscriber to hoopseen.com/Florida, make sure you are now. Michael's got a great story on the Sniper Twins right now behind as an insider. So make sure you go be a part of that. Also, when you're here watching this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribe to HoopSeen TV right here on YouTube. We're going to be doing quite a bit of things on our YouTube channel going into this calendar year in 2023 is one of our resolutions. We're not trying to hit the gym, although I probably should. Michael, you talked about playing some pickup ball, but becoming more active here on YouTube is something that we want to do more on hoopseen.com. Let's go back to the action here. Who improved their stock the most? We can talk about a team. We can talk about a player. Who really impressed you the most at the, I got to say it, Sunshine State Winter Challenge?
First, proving their stock as a team, I'll go with Blanche Ely. They're a team out of Pompano Beach. They have a pretty historic traditional basketball ground down here. Eddie Jones went there, but they were.
Steve Wooten went there too. I love it.
Yeah. So they played some tough teams. I was talking to the coach after. They played Jupiter Christian close. They played another team really close to a couple points. Now they're on a 4-game winning streak. They have 4 sophomores. This kid Dylan Hanna, this kid Trey George, and CJ King, and they were playing a team Westwood Christian, and they were pressing them, creating turnovers. They really Westwood Christian had a tough time bringing the ball over half court. Everything was points in transition, layups at the rim, everything like that. So they're really athletic. The kid's CJ King, his brother Colby's at St. John's, so He's got some pedigree there. He was at Strand, he was at Pembroke Pines Charter too, but now he's at Ely. So they're starting to gel, come along. Another young team, like I said, 4 sophomores. So they're on, like I said, a 4-game win streak. Trey George, Dylan, they're all about 6'1", 6'2" guards, real athletic, quick hands, active moving their feet. It was pretty much a track meet, and most of the points, like I said, were scoring transition. So they look really good, and I think they're starting to come together as a team after playing some tougher competition early in the season.
You said this. Did you say Trey George is Eddie George's son?
No, so CJ King is Colby King is at St. Trey George is he's
not related. Okay, got
it.
I got to make sure. We're just a theme going on here. There's twins. There's fathers and sons. I brothers and brothers. So I just wasn't sure if we were keeping that thing going, keeping it going. Yeah, anytime you got a team with 4 sophomores that are playing a ton of minutes, that's one thing I do love about Florida. I feel like you get guys and get teams that really have some good continuity that kind of play it through. And to me, if Ely's really good, that means good things for Florida basketball.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
For me. Let's talk about LaDainian Brooks for a second at Elite Academy, a sophomore that you really liked. Why did you like this 6'6" wing?
I think he was their 3rd leading scorer, but he was creating for his teammates. He's really long, really athletic. He was getting to the rim. He had some nifty moves off the dribble, that spin moves. He got some lay-ins right at the rim, just using his length and athleticism. So, like I say, he's very versatile, and he was playing like a wing forward type in their half court. And he, like I said, he's just really long, athletic, versatile kid that can do a lot of things, create off the dribble. He had a couple of mid-range shots too. So he was doing a lot for his teammates, that he was kind of passing to his teammates on the outside, creating 3-point shots, open up the floor a lot. So as he might in the box score, he may not, be at the top there, but he was pretty much doing everything on the floor that would set up his teammates and make his team better, which I really liked for a sophomore.
This is the time of year that's my favorite in the calendar, is for a sophomore, particularly as he's moving into that second semester, is where we start to kind of see like the wheels in motion, right? So LaDainian Brooks is a guy that catches your attention as their third best scorer on the team. But when we look at April, May, June and July, those are the type of guys that I think that make that significant level up in the season ahead. So those are really important, I think, anecdotes to pay really close attention to, no doubt about it. And we talked about CJ King from Blanche Ely as a top unsigned senior. Were there any other guys that were unsigned seniors that caught your attention that deserves some conversation here?
This kid, absolutely. This kid, Demarius Summers from Stoneman Douglas over in Parkland, about a 6'7" kid. He was a Broward Fab 5, I guess, in the local papers. He had 27 points against Pembroke Pines Charter. Really good footwork, can score from all 3 levels, athletic, play all over the floor. Smart kid too. I think has a 3.5 GPA, so which is great for schools looking at that. A lot of schools want that. He was a really impressive player. Definitely stood out on the floor just with his, his scoring versatility and defensively can guard multiple people, can guard a smaller guard, can guard a big. If he always obviously put on some more weight a little bit, but he looked really good, and he's right up there and with in that upper tier category for Broward County for sure.
I love it. I love it. Well, seniors are going to get some shine, no doubt about it, but there's also some underclassmen. It seems like that was kind of the theme really of this event, some high-level underclassmen. Let's walk through some of those guys, some more guys from that, the underclassmen groups that really stood out to you.
Sure. I got three guys for it. I'll start with two guys on Western Christian. While they had kind of trouble with the press, they got two bigs, Michael Chigozi, who's 6'10", sophomore.
Okay.
And wait for this kid, Jermaine Aggieman, he is a 7th grader. So he's a 2028 kid on the court, playing with a really good team that was very quick. But he was playing on their high school team, 6'9" kid, 7th. So it's him and Chigozo. So two guys on the floor, two bigs. Chigozi was more of a rim protector. He had, I think, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks.
Hold on. You say he was 6'9"?
He's a 6'9", 7th grader. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll write this down. Jermaine, say his last name again for me.
Aggieman. I'll spell it for you. It is Aggyeman.
Wow. Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't believe myself. I had to look at the flyer, the box score to make sure, but he was hitting mid-range shots. He's very raw. Obviously, he's only, he's very skinny. He's 7th grade. So he's 13 years old, playing on the floor with, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So he was playing. Him and Michael were kind of on either side of the court, in the front court. And Mike had probably 15 rebounds and 3 blocks. And Jermaine, I think, had about 10 points. Really, he looked really good in the mid-range. He had 3 mid-range jumpers from like 12 feet, which I was pretty surprised at. He was just, boom, 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 right back to back. So he looked really good. Ran the floor pretty well. He's kind of got to, learn just where his assignment is on the floor and stuff like that. Just, intricacies of the game that he'll learn as he develops. He's not even high school yet. So, but he's a kid that down the line, once he develops his offensive game, Michael's too. He was really good defensively, a little raw on the offensive side with his finish. Those are two kids that could really blossom down here, and they got the height, and you can't teach that, obviously. So
how is that do you know the rules there, like for younger guys to play at the high school level in Florida?
I don't. I've seen 7th, 8th graders that play on the varsity team. They get that experience, and Westwood Christian.
Wow.
I'm sure.
It's a private school. What's the name of the school again?
Westwood Christian in Miami.
Got it. Taking some notes here. Okay. Wow. All right, Jermaine. Good luck to you, son. It's just as a parent, I'm thinking to myself, like, holy crap, that's a lot of groceries to buy as for a 6'9", 7th grader. Absolutely.
And I got another one for this kid, Stephon Frisbee. His dad played at Miami in the early 2000s. His dad's like 6'9", so he's a big guy. Stephon's about 6'1", freshman point guard for Western. He had 16 points in the game I watched. Good handles, good feel for the game. Had some, could switch his hands, go his left, go to his right, get to the basket. Really good court awareness, setting up his teammates. And he didn't have a lot of turnovers, kind of limited mistakes, which was good to see from a freshman point, kind of that command of the court. So he's got some really good talent. He'll probably grow, I'm sure. Like I said, his dad's 6'9", so he's probably going to get bigger. But he looked really good, at really good court awareness, feel for the game, like I said. He's a very good player.
Well, for those that are watching in the state of Florida, if you know of any good sophomores, good freshmen, make sure you hit us up with a DM at HoopSeen Florida, HoopSeen FL. Make sure you let us know so we can get him on our radar and get Michael out there and get him aware of who's coming up, because we love to know, especially with the travel ball right around the season. Speaking of travel ball, Michael, we've got the Conrad P. Foss Memorial coming March 18th and 19th in Wesley Chapel up in the Tampa area. It's an unbelievable opportunity to pay homage to a really close friend of mine that's in the business that passed away, that we lost in 2022. And it's an event that we're really proud to be a part of, to honor and remember a pioneer really in grassroots basketball in the state of Florida. So the Conrad P. Foss Memorial coming March 18th and 19th in Wesley Chapel. Travel ball is, I mean, literally right around the corner, 2 or 3 months down the road. So I know travel team directors are really getting those schedules ready to go. And man, we can't get into it. But before then, obviously, we'll have you covered in the state of Florida. Michael does such a great job for us down there, particularly in South Florida, really seeing what's going on in the playoffs and whatnot are right around the corner. I mean, state playoffs, districts and regions, they start like a month away, month and a half?
Yeah, you get to the districts region, then it's the road to Lakeland's up and up. So it's right around the corner. It'll be right before you know it, for sure.
I know. It blows my mind. Well, we got so much more to talk about. We'll do it again here in the future, right here on HoopSeen.com. Again, make sure you like and subscribe this HoopSeen TV channel on YouTube. We'll have more content for you all throughout the rest of the season. Scholastic ball, travel ball, and much, much more. Michael, we appreciate the Florida focus. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you next week. Take care.